I can open up a whole new world.
You can do that just by reading?
Yes, I can become the character. I learned it through my education at St. Bede's School.
Wow, why am I still jogging when I could be reading?
I don't know.
But where can I find the book?
Don't ask me.
Whoa!
Wow, that normally never happens.
I know. By the way, what's language arts?
I don't know.
Hi guys.
Oh, Jules can tell you that.
Language arts is the subjects reading, writing, and composition. Here at St. Bede's, we are taught more than just reading and writing. We are taught to think on our own and to create new pieces of literature.
Wow! Let's go learn some more!
So when does language arts start?
Language arts starts with early reading. People first have to be able to read before they can write literature.
Well, what gets them ready to read?
I think it's the alphabet.
Yes, they learn how to sound out and write the letters. Then they learn how to combine the letters and make words.
Well, does it take a long time?
No, the teachers here at St. Bede's make sure the students really know their letters before they can read and write.
Well, I have a lot of questions. I think we should go ask Mrs. Burns.
Let's go. Let's go.
What do the students do to expand their knowledge in the alphabet and pronouncing words?
After we learn to identify the sight and sound that each letter makes, then we practice blending them into words. We combine them with their high frequency words, that they are words that they learn to recognize by sight, and it increases their reading fluency.
Which subjects are your main goals to teach the kindergarten?
Our two main subjects are language arts and math. They are the basis to learn all the other subjects. We teach science, social studies, and of course our foundation is religion, where we teach the children about Jesus.
What techniques do you use to help the students learn?
Well, each student learns differently, so we try to incorporate all the different learning styles into our program. Some children learn better visually, some children do auditory much better. So we hit on all those styles, and we also use a lot of manipulatives in kindergarten, and we also design learning centers that the children go to learn each concept that has been presented to them.
Well, now that the kindergartners have learned to read and write, what's next?
Well, now they know how to read, I suspect they want to take out some books.
You're right, Jane. Here at St. Bede's, students have a library period where they can take out and read books.
Well, let's go check it out.
All right.
Wow, there are a lot of books in here.
Yeah, this must help the students with early reading.
I wonder how the librarian helps the kids with early and complex reading. I mean, there are a lot of books in here. What else does the librarian have that helps the kids with early reading?
Well, they do have reading Olympics.
Yeah, that must help.
I think I'd like to learn more about this. We should ask Mrs. Curran, the librarian.
Let's go!
How does library enhance the students' reading skills?
Well, through library, we give the students an opportunity to read a variety of reading materials. It's very important that children do read. There have been studies that the more children read, the better they will be in school, the more successes they'll have. So through our library, we try to reach all reading levels.
What techniques do you use to encourage students to read?
What I try to do is give the students an opportunity to look at all of the different types of reading materials that we have. If they seem to be choosing the same types of books, I'll point out a certain type of book that I feel they might be interested in, and I may read aloud part of it to them.
Can you explain Reading Olympics and how it encourages children to continuously read?
Reading Olympics is a giant book club, really, provided by the state. The state runs it, and there's 45 books on the Reading Olympics list. Children are required right now from our school to read 6, and what we do is after, when we come back in September, we get together in groups of 12 to 13 students and we discuss the books, ask each other questions. There is a contest at the end, which is a lot of fun, but the sole purpose of the Reading Olympics is for students to get together and discuss a book and encourage each other to read by recommending certain books.
Reading Olympics helps the students focus on the details of the story and to work as a team by answering questions that the students created. It also gives them friendly competition, which keeps the students motivated and focused.
Reading Olympics helps students expand their minds and imaginations through reading. In summary, Reading Olympic helps students prepare themselves for independent reading and learning.
To qualify for first, they must answer 50 questions correctly at the competition. The scores this year were Got Books scored 59 points, Nerd Herd scored 52 points, and The Next Chapter scored 56 points. All Reading Olympics teams for St. Bede's won first place and for their efforts received blue ribbons.
Early reading for the second grade students is part of the library curriculum for the 8th grade students.
Early exposure to books gives students a lifetime love of reading.
For reading to the second grade, the 8th grade chooses a children's book that they think the second grade will love.
They also practice emphasizing the moral of the story. We've learned all the different types of reading materials for the language arts. But what's next?
Yes, what do the older students learn in language arts?
Here, I'll show you.
The third grade is learning verbs, helping verbs, poetry, and information on football.
The fourth grade is learning subject pronouns, and has a blogging response to literature.
The 5th grade is learning limerick poems, cinquains, and tonkas.
The sixth grade is learning persuasive paragraphs, letters to the editor, and children's books.
The 7th grade is learning lyric poems, narrative poems, and basic grammar.
The 8th grade is learning canticles, persuasive writing, and human interest.
We are now in 8th grade and preparing for high school. What should we do?
Well, in high school, I have to read a lot of different types of books, and then we'll have to write reports based on what we learned.
Yes, well, what gets them ready?
Well, here at St. Bede's, we have a Governor's Challenge program, where the students can read 25 books throughout the year.
Let's go check it out.
In Governor's Challenge, we read 25 books and do reports on what we read.
For Governor's Challenge, we can either write a summary, a response to the book, draw a picture, or do a character web.
We read around 6 to 7 books per trimester, including the 5 books in the summer that add up to 25 books.
In high school, we will be reading a lot more books than we do in middle school. If we read as many books as we do in middle school, this will prepare us and it won't be such a surprise when we get there.
So, what did we learn?
I learned that language arts is a big part of our education, and that early reading helps us prepare for it.
Also, by reading in the library, it helps us expand our knowledge in language arts.
I learned that the later grades have a lot of hard work and projects to do for language arts.
I learned that Reading Olympics helps us come together, discuss a book, and focus on the details of the story.
Also, in 8th grade, Governor's Challenge, it helps us get prepared for high school.
Finally, I learned the tactics we learned in 8th grade and the early grades will stick with us through our years of high school.
Good morning, class. This morning, we are going to be learning about the subject of language arts. Can anyone tell me something that they know about this subject? I know this. I know this. This is our subject. Let's go. Guys, come on, answer.